Hello, everybody, and I want to thank everyone again for following or liking, subscribing. I really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. I really appreciate it. Today, I'll show you what I have been. A lot of this stuff is just on this sketch pad, and I don't exactly know what the weight is on this, but it does wrinkle up pretty easily. This, which I thought this was just some cheap watercolor. This is 140-pound watercolor. But apparently, Canson is a pretty popular watercolor brand. It's much thicker, doesn't buckle as much as the straight drawing paper, which is great for dry mediums. And then I did get some cardstock, and then a lot of the cardstock was because it's. I don't think this is as thick as the watercolor paper, but it is thicker than the sketch paper. And if I was just doing some highlights on this, and it's not supposed to scratch as easily, although I don't really use the nibs, I am using brushes more. But there's a lot of people that are they use cotton paper, and what I found was canvas, premium primed cotton, and I know that Archers is very popular for this. I just opened this. It's highly textured, but it is not. Doesn't. It feels thin, a lot like the sketch pad, but this cotton paper is supposed to be better. It's not supposed to buckle as much, so that's what we're going to try today. It does. It feels very different. It feels like there's more than one. Maybe there isn't, I don't know. So what I want to do is I want to do something that is going to... I wonder how well this tears. Does this tear... do you see these strings that are coming off? I don't know if that's from... I wonder if... I don't think this tears. This almost has a cloth texture. I don't think I can tear this the way that I did even the watercolor paper. Yeah, it has I would need scissors. It's very interesting. This cotton paper is very interesting to me. I'll do like a little landscape. I just want to see how much this buckles as at all. And so I think we're going to use some Higgins. Let us go in here with my little mini fan brush. Let's do... Oh, I did not, that came off very strong. It came off very strong. So I do want to add a little bit. I guess since I got a ton of it, so I guess that raises the questions about absorbency. I would think that there would be a lot of absorbency. Doesn't really seem like there is. Try to push this down a touch. And I'm gonna go with a let's go with a tree here. Just a little something like that. Just going to add a little bit, a few little things. To make this, very, very interesting. Okay, now let's try some Inktense. There's a couple of things I want to try with the Inktense. One is actually, is this dry? It's kind of dry. Well, not really. You can kind of tell it's not totally dry. So, this little part here, you can see a little shine. So we're talking about the absorbency of this cotton paper. It does dry pretty quickly, though I wouldn't say say there's a ton. That's pretty dry. Well, you can kind of tell. I guess, okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna add a little bit of, this is mauve, so I'm gonna see how well, because what I want this to do is kind of go into the mountains in the back. And then we'll do the sky. And I do want to color this up, so we will see. Okay. And really, I don't think that's too bad as far as leaving marks. Do want this a little bit lighter, so I'm going to really saturate the remainder of this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use iris blue. And so I do know that on watercolor or this Inktense on watercolor paper or sketch paper, this Inktense dries pretty quickly, but you kind of see there. I don't know how well that shows up on the camera, but yeah. Okay, so we are going to try to, oops, got a little splash. Going to let that dry. A lot of little bubbles, although some of that might be my own doing. It's very, it's interesting, this whole canvas. It's not, I mean, I pretty well saturated the sky and the mountain, and it's not really buckling. It is kind of going kind of straight. I don't see a ton of the lines. You know, that was one of the complaints, was about the graininess of the lines. Not really seeing that. This paper is not as absorbent as watercolor paper, which might be okay. How does this erase? That is another question. And is this dry? I guess that would be the one thing, is this this cotton paper well, when it erases, it does take away. I don't know. I don't know. Don't know about this cotton paper. So let's look at, so there's no buckling, that's for sure. It is kind of like a fabric, but it does take longer to dry. This, I don't really see the grains of the lines, so that's very positive. It does take longer to absorb. I don't know. I don't know about this. If it's right for me. what I should say. Because I know that cotton paper is very popular. Very popular. Couple of thoughts. It does take a while to absorb. Now there are some positives to that because it allows me to push the pigment around a little bit. I think it would allow for more effects. For the kind of style that I like to do, I don't know that cotton paper is necessarily... Now, again, it eliminates the buckle in because it doesn't dry as quickly. You can push it around a little bit more. You can get some different values and some different blending techniques. I used colored pencils, and I didn't get. I did not get those grainy features, and see, this is still wet. Yeah, it's a new it's a new medium that you can do some new things with, some new techniques with, because it takes longer to dry. I'm thinking that the lifting technique is probably going to work very well on this. So it's nice. There's a lot of pluses to it. I just don't think it fits what I'm trying to do or what I like to do.